What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of The First 15, the series where I bring you guys the first 15 minutes of a fragrance. We do have more than one fragrance today. I have a sample pack of 4 fragrances from a line that I didn't even know existed till maybe like a week or so ago. We've all heard of Dunhill's Desire line. I believe he has 4 in that line, maybe 5. We've all heard of Icon, which was the Icon line. I believe he has 4 or 5 of those. And just the other day I released a video doing a first impressions on Century from the House of Dunhill. But I didn't know, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but he has a private line called the Signature Collection, and I just heard about this one. Now, guys, honestly, I didn't want to go out and just buy all the bottles. I saw that they actually had a sample set available for sale. I think I got these from FragranceNet. If you use like a discount code and you get a free shipping thing, I think I got these for like $9. So that's a pretty good deal. You get 4 fragrances inside. These are all eau de parfums, and they are all released in 2019. Now, I did see they just released a couple in 2020. Unfortunately, they are not included in this sample pack. Those are one's called Amalfi Citrus, which sounds like it's going to be a nice citrusy fragrance. Kind of obvious. And Valençol Lavender, which I think Valençol is a city in France. Maybe you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is a city, and they have like a lot of lavender farms there, so it makes sense why they called it that. But yeah, I was really curious on what these were about. Again, they're all eau de parfum concentrations, which means they all last. And I think you can get all 4 of these on Fragrance X or FragranceNet or something like that. They're about $100. I think. Don't quote me on that. I will leave links to all those fragrances down in the comments just so you guys can take a look at those. But I don't know anything about these. I don't know what to expect. I don't know nothing. I don't think I've seen any reviewers talking about them. Then again, I haven't looked up much on these either. And on Fragrantica, they weren't really speaking a lot about these. So we're going to go through these 1 through 4. I'm just going to give a brief first impression on this fragrance. I don't want to take too long. If I have time, I'll go back and try to smell a little bit of the dry down for each one. We are going to start with Indian Sandalwood. Here's the inside of the box. They are all labeled there, as you can see. If you guys can see the names of the fragrances there. This thing does pop out, but I'm trying to leave it inside. Indian Sandalwood. So we're going to try that one first. We're going to use test strips. I will read the information about these before. So Indian Sandalwood, I doubt I'll be able to get this focused for you guys. We'll see if we can do anything here. Yeah. So Indian Sandalwood is a woody fragrance. The nose behind this fragrance is Carlos Bename. The notes in this fragrance are the top we have bergamot, in the mid we have patchouli and tree moss, and the base round things off with that sandalwood that's in the name. So yes, Indian Sandalwood, very plain name. I'm guessing sandalwood from India. So we'll go ahead and get a couple of sprays here and see what this one's about. Indian Sandalwood. Okay. Very, very woody. Almost coconutty. Yeah, definitely getting the sandalwood in this. Not really getting, well, sort of getting the bergamot, but it's not like fresh or anything like that. It's just mixing well with that sandalwood note. Kind of, like I mentioned, it's kind of coconutty, so it has a little bit of that, almost that creaminess that coconut brings with that woodiness, that sweetness. That moss is giving it a little bit of that greenness that I just mentioned a second ago. Patchouli right now isn't very prominent. This is not a bad fragrance, guys. If you guys like sandalwood, you're going to like this fragrance. Again, I haven't tried every fragrance in the world. I say that all the time. I know I'm kind of a broken record in that. I just say that so I can just reaffirm you guys that if you guys smell something that I haven't, that it's not that big of a, it's not that far-fetched if you guys have tried fragrances that are similar to this one. I mean, the only thing this one kind of reminds me of a little bit is Sarah Jessica Parker's Stash. That one's very, very woody. I believe that one has sandalwood. If not, it just has a ton of woody notes in it. Has a little bit of that, like, I don't know, almost smells like cedar in this. But this is very, very woody. Very creamy and woody. I could easily see this fragrance being mixed with like some sweeter notes, and that would be really, really nice. But right now it kind of has its own sweetness going just from the woody notes. And like I mentioned, super duper woody from the sandalwood and almost kind of coconutty. It's a little creamy, kind of sweet. Kind of like coconut is when you put that in a fragrance. But yeah, right now, sandalwood, Indian sandalwood from Dunhill's Signature collection isn't bad. So we're going to go back to that one here in a little bit. The second fragrance is going to be Moroccan Amber. Go ahead and pull that one out there for you. Let you know a little bit of information about this fragrance. Moroccan Amber is a oriental spicy fragrance. The nose behind this fragrance is Gino Percantino. In the top we have cardamom. In the mid we have saffron. In the base we have amber. So this is Moroccan Amber. Let's give this one a first impression. And again, probably gonna have time to go back and smell the dry down in each of these fragrances and give you guys a final observation. Okay, this is a sweet amber. Sweeter, almost kind of like Prada's Amber. I guess I can't remember what it's called. I think it's just called Prada Amber, and they had Prada Amber Intense. Not exact, but it's sort of that take on amber, almost like a soapy, the soapier type of amber. Getting a little bit of that cardamom, getting a little bit of that saffron, but to me the saffron isn't what I'm used to saffron smelling like. This is a bit spicy. Okay, now the amber is turning into that more traditional powdery sort of animalic amber. This has a very mature vibe. Very Middle Eastern vibe. It's almost like a skanky amber. So it's sort of like that soapy amber, but it's still got a little bit of that skank to it. But it's not bad. It is holding enough of that skank of the amber to where I'm like, kind of on the fence about this one. I like ambers when they sweeten them up a little bit. Sort of, I guess, sort of boring that way, you know. This one isn't bad. Not the best amber I've ever smelled. Not the worst. But the animalic ambers, I'm kind of on the fence about. This one's okay. It's just spicy. A little animalic. That's about it. So we'll go back to that one here in a little bit. Third one on the list is British Leather. British Leather, guys. Here's the little bottle. Not gonna have to zoom in on each one of these or anything like that. But let's see, that is number 3. So British Leather is a woody spicy fragrance. The nose behind this fragrance is Pierre Negrin. The top we have bergamot. In the mid we have violet leaf, and in the base we have leather. So let's try British Leather. So a quick couple of sprays. Okay. This smells a little familiar. Almost smell, I can definitely see that British thing going. This almost smells kind of old school. Almost barbershop-ish. Getting that violet leaf, so it's giving it a bit of that crispness to it. A little bit of bite. I'm guessing that's lending to that barbershop vibe. The leather in this is a little skanky. It's not your traditional Tuscan leather type of nice sweet leather that I really enjoy. It's not like a suede right now. It's got a little bit of that skank to it from that you get from some leather fragrances, but not that much. But this is almost like a barbershop type of leather fragrance. Very gentlemanly. It's funny it's called a British leather because it does like remind me of like a British sort of setting. Gray skies, kind of chilly outside. Maybe carrying a leather bag. You know, like a nice, dressed up kind of nice, little, you know, business casual maybe with some leather shoes on. Yeah, but definitely that barbershop vibe is giving it that gentlemanly British type of feel. Not bad. I mean, I don't think I've smelled a take on leather like this before. But it definitely has that that bite. You know what this kind of reminds me of a little bit is J. Peterman 1912 or 1900, 1910, something like that. J. Peterman makes a fragrance that smells almost identical to this. Except that one has tobacco. This one does not. But yeah, that one has tobacco. This one almost has that same barbershop vibe in the bite that J. Peterman fragrance has in it. And I actually like that fragrance. So we'll see where this one goes after I finish up doing these first impressions. But right now, British Leather's not bad. All right, to finalize this little collection of Dunhill Signature Collection samples, we're going to do Arabian Desert. And I'm glad this one's last, because honestly, this is one I was sort of dreading anyway, because it does kind of go down a route that I've seen before or lots of times in perfumery. So this is going to be an Oriental floral fragrance. The nose behind this fragrance is Alexandra Monet. And the top notes, we have pink pepper, saffron, and bergamot. In the mid, we have rose. And of course, in the base, we have oud. I've tried a million, if not millions, of rose oud fragrances. I'm hoping, praying that this one's going to be different than those, but every company's made their own rose oud fragrance. So I'm hoping this kind of goes away from the norm. So let's give this last fragrance a first impressions, and we'll go back and check on these dry downs here in a sec. Okay. Not bad. Definitely getting the oud in this. Very woody. Slightly sweet. That rose is starting to come in now. Almost a medicinal rose oud combo thing going. The bergamot's helping it along a little bit, giving a bit of freshness, giving it a little bit of freshness, a little bit of playfulness, if you will. The pink pepper is giving a little bit of that as well. It's kind of helping things along. It's almost a less intensive version of your typical rose oud combo. So think of like your typical rose oud, but add like some fresh pink pepper and bergamot in there. The saffron really isn't doing much, but I do know that saffron is spicy, so it's probably helping along with the spiciness. But this one is a bit medicinal. Again, but very toned down compared to a lot of other rose oud combinations out on the market. So this one isn't bad for it being that sort of fragrance. But you know, again, not a huge fan. When you've smelled one, you smell them all. But it isn't bad. So let's go back and re-smell these after a few minutes have gone by. So the first one was Indian Sandalwood. Okay, that one's gotten super duper woody. Very woody, almost minty. That coconut thing that I mentioned sort of went away. It's not as creamy and sweet as it was. You're really left with a dry woody fragrance. Sandalwood, I guess. Sandalwoody fragrance. With slight sweetness that I imagine is going to be woody and sweet in the air. This one right here, not bad. Not groundbreaking, but not bad. I'll have to see which ones I like the best out of these at the end of this video. Let's go back to Moroccan Amber. Okay, this has actually gotten very, very sweet. A lot sweeter than I thought it was. Kind of funny. This one sort of reminds me a little bit of Dunhill Desire, which is from the same house. Not sure where that DNA popped in this fragrance, because I don't even know they share any of the notes. But this one has a bit of that red apple, green apple, whatever type of sweetness in this. And this one's cardamom, saffron, and amber. But somewhere along the way, Dunhill Desire's DNA jumped in Moroccan Amber, so I'm a little surprised by that one. Going back to number 3, which is British Leather, which was the gentlemanly barbershop fragrance I mentioned a second ago. Wow, yeah, it's gotten very gentlemanly, very barbershoppy, very, very spicy. This has a lot of bite to it. So when you guys can picture like a Rive Gauche from YSL or just any of these similar type of barbershop fragrances, you're really getting that sharp bite that almost had that Barbasol shaving cream type of smell. And I'm not really sure if that's where this is supposed to be going, but you know, like I said, that British name really does fit this one. Clean shaven, just gentlemanly type of smell. So to me, the British leather name actually does fit this fragrance. Even though I don't get a lot of traditional leather, I get more like a fougere type of barbershop fragrance with this one, with hints of leather, but not your traditional leather. Going back to number 4 to round things off, it's going to be the Arabian Desert, the rose oud combo. Okay, not bad. It's the oud in this isn't as stanky as other ouds. It's actually kind of sweet and just kind of a lightly oudy with more woody notes in there though. Creamy, sweet. The rose is very toned down, not as medicinal as I thought it was going to be. Might be a safe alternative to rose oud combos out there. This one smells a little better. Yeah, Oriental floral. So the Oriental, I guess, maybe brings a little bit of that sweetness into play. Not really sure where the sweetness comes from, but it almost smells like there's vanilla or something in this. But it's not like super sweet. It's almost like rose oud, pink pepper. So it's like kind of a toned down rose oud combo. Spicy from the saffron. The pink pepper gives it a little bit of freshness, but there's some sweetness in there that I really like in this fragrance. Almost smells like there's a thick, kind of heavy vanilla type of sweetness floating in the background. But this one, to my nose, smells like it might be kind of powdery and floral and sweet in the air. Yeah, but it's nice. Man, it's gonna be kind of tough because these weren't all like super mind-blowing, but some of these are pretty good. Yeah, Indian Sandalwood, a little too woody for me. The Moroccan Amber, geez, this thing smells like Dunhill Desire. I don't know what happened, but somehow Dunhill recreated Desire in this fragrance. There's a $100 version of it. And the dry down. British leather. I mean, oddly, it's going to be between British leather and Arabian Desert. Yeah, it's going to be maybe a tie. Like, I think if you like barbershop fragrances, go with British leather. But if you like a different, sweeter, Oriental take on rose oud, you're probably going to like Arabian Desert, which I'm shocked because this was the one I was fearing in trying. And this one actually, most likely I'm going to go ahead and give this one the cake. The last fragrance in this little sample pack is going to be the winner. So Arabian Desert. To my nose right now, first impression alone is going to be the best fragrance from this little 4-pack that I got. Guys, I'll leave the link below where I found this. You guys can check it out. If you guys try to find that free shipping, it's not worth it if you can't get free shipping on this. But yeah, so those were my first impressions of Dunhill's Signature Collection. Did you guys know that those fragrances even existed? If you haven't, let me know your experience with these fragrances down in the comments below. Love to hear your thoughts on these. Let me know your favorite if you tried all 4. Thank you guys so much for watching another video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for future first impressions videos and fragrance-related content just like this. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you'll find fragrance-related photos and future contest winners. And as always, until next video, you guys take care. Thanks.